This is Raymond with Vaping 360, hanging out at the Sigilé booth with David Guo, the creator of the first coil-less atomizer. David, you've been getting a ton of attention on YouTube. I want to talk about your product, but before we get into that, can you tell people about your background?
Yeah, I have a master's in physics, and I've been working on my PhD. And basically, the long story short is my uncle introduced this whole e-cigarette business to me, and he asked me one day to make an atomizer for him to help him quit smoking. And I was like, well, if you promise me you quit smoking, I'll do it. And so we kind of came up with this idea of doing a coil-less atomizer, because we want the taste and the flavor of the atomizer to be satisfying to my uncle. He has a very sensitive taste when it comes to flavor. He has a low tolerance for anything that's, like overcooked or burnt. So that's why we came out with the atomizer that produces like the purest flavor that you'll find on the market today.
When I was chatting with your uncle earlier, he said you're the most educated man in the vaping business.
Well, I don't know about that. Sometimes your family likes to brag about but I do have a economics degree from UC Berkeley. So I kind of jumped around a little bit,
A little bit.
Yeah.
So that's how you came up with the atomizer. Can you explain to the people the advantages of your design of the Altus?
Well, the advantage of the design is that, well, first of all, it's coilless. Right. And what that means is you don't have to, spend money on buying coils, on building coils. All you need to do is replace cotton. Right. And the cotton, is very affordable. Especially if you're good with your hands, it's pretty easily done. You can do it in like 2 minutes or 1 minute if you're really fast. And the other advantage is that it generates a pure flavor. You're not going to get you're not going to get like a good flavor on top of that burnt flavor all mixed together. You're just going to get a pure flavor. And whatever it's in the juice is what you get, what you taste.
Now, eventually, you do have to replace it if something goes bad, but these will last for years, am I correct?
Well, under regular usage, the CPU chip, it lasts for 1 million cycles. And if you vape 200 times a day, the math comes out to be 13 years. We're not saying that it's going to last you for 13 years, because you never know what people are going to do with it. Right. But if you take care of it, it will last you for years.
Wow, that'll last quite a long time. Save people a lot of money. Now, in terms of how it vapes, does it vape differently than a standard wire atomizer?
Sure, it does vape differently. Because of the way that I designed the chip, you fold the cotton over the chip, and then you have the e-liquid on top of the cotton. And so the CPU chip, it heats up really fast, but you got to heat the entire system up, and basically the cotton plus the e-juice takes a little bit longer to heat up. Okay. So on the very first hit, you're gonna have a delay. Maybe the delay is about 1 second to 2 seconds, and after that, if you're a chain smoker or vapor, it's just pretty much instantaneous. So that's the only thing you got to anticipate when I use the device. As I'm bringing it up to my mouth, I'm already pressing the button. And if you have a mod that has a huge power surge on the very first split second, like 0.1 second, and then it decreases the power output, it works really good with this atomizer.
Do you have to treat it any differently than you would a coil atomizer? Any wattage ranges that you have to be wary of?
The best power is between 50 to 60 watts, in my opinion. Some people like to vape it at 70 watts. So that's up to the user, and every mod is different. So you gotta play around with it. I would say for the people who love to use temperature control, for this one you do need a unique TCR value, and the value is 0.0031. The way the chip works, you probably need a TFR setting.
For the people out there that don't know the difference between TCR and TFR, can you quickly explain that?
Yeah, the TCR basically, the easiest way to explain it, it's a line, and the TFR is a curve. Okay. And the higher temperature you go, the more curved behavior it has. And so the TFR is important because the CPU chip, it's a unique tungsten trace formalized inside the advanced thermoconductive ceramic. And so inside the chip, the trace gets really hot, but all that energy is dissipated very evenly on the chip. But that's different from a coil, because a coil gets that heat directly into your e-liquid, and it kind of overcooks the e-liquid, you know, and you cool down the coil immediately, so you don't need a TFR. You just need a TCR for that. So for this, you do kind of need a TFR, and other than that, you can use a power mode. Power mode works pretty well too.
So the Altus looks like a fantastically unique product. Do you have any ideas for future products you might do using the chip or otherwise?
Yeah, you know, we're always taking all the feedbacks that we're getting from our users, from our critics, and just everyone. We want to make this product as safe, as good, and enjoyable for people as possible. So, you know, over here we have the Altus T1. That's our second generation Altus tank with a top fill. It has the newest CDU chip that's thinner. It's going to have less ramp-up time. It's going to be just much easier to use. It's short, sleek. We're going to optimize the performance for wicking and airflow. You know, it's just we're going to make it to the next step up, and then we're just going to continue from there.
Very cool, David. I can't wait to see what you do next. If you want to learn more about the Altus products and any future products David's working on, go to the Guo Corp website. And for the best vaping reviews, guides, and features, go to Vaping 360, the home of vaping.